In this video, we'll talk about how to use combinations and permutations together, because in previous lessons we looked at just combinations and then we looked at just permutations. So this will be looking at how to differentiate between the two. So there will be no new mathematical concepts, it's just figuring out what tool to use where. So in this case, I've made a flowchart, and it might look a little bit much at first. However, to determine what formula you use, and thus far we've talked about 4 of them, you can ask yourself 2 questions, and 2 questions only. The first being, does order matter? If the answer is yes, you're dealing with a permutation. If the answer is no, you're dealing with a combination. Once you've figured that out, that you're halfway there. The second question you're going to ask yourself is, can it repeat? If the answer is yes for a permutation, then this would be the formula you would use, as we've talked about before when you're looking at just the permutations. If the answer is no, it can't repeat, well then, that's the formula you use. Likewise with combination, if you cannot have repeats, this would be the formula you would use. And if you can have repeats, this would be the formula you would use. So really, we've already dealt with the second tier here already. We've already talked about, okay, if it's a permutation, can it repeat? This is the formula we use. Now we're just adding one more question to the mix. First off, we'll have to decide, is this a combination or is it a permutation? You can decide that just by asking yourself, does the order matter? If the answer is yes, you're dealing with a permutation. If the answer is no, you're dealing with a combination.